Watching a man, you know, Sky are the lyrical magician attack, you know. And to them, I encourage all of my sports lovers them to go up on YouTube and like one page named Sports Frenzy because them are going to provide you with the latest football, basketball, and track and field, etc. All of the news them. Right now, a World Cup time and a transfer time, and we need to know what go on. So go up on YouTube and like the page named Sports Frenzy.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our podcast. And as you can see, I'm your host, Levon. Well, if you don't know, well, now you know. I'm your host. And remember, guys, as you jump in the chat, ensure that you like the video. That's the first one. If you're new to the channel, ensure that you hit the subscription button, do the right stuff, man. And tonight we're here once again to discuss some track and field because lots of happenings, and you know that the real big thing starts tomorrow. So, yes, we're here and I really want to get going. I'm going to be joined by the much maligned, the much controversial figure. But guess what? You guys just can't hate him. We're talking about the man with many voices. Sometimes he has the voice, sometimes he's voiceless, and sometimes he has no voice box. But Kems, what going, bro?
What's happening, man?
Yeah, man. Show them again, man. He's repping Sports Frenzy tonight, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That
Make
is
sure
it.
make sure you have your merch, people. Make sure you get your merch.
That is it. And guess what? We have a surprise tonight. I mean, you guys actually won't see her face, but we have a special person in the building. Someone that she jumped on board a little bit late in terms of on our channel and commenting and all those stuff, but she has been one of our most consistent commenters, and she has been one of the biggest games beater when it comes on to track and field. So without further ado, welcome Tay from Track Diamond. And guys, before I even go ahead and say anything else, I want you guys to go over there and subscribe to Track Diamond. Show her some love, man. Let's get her channel going up. So Tay's here tonight. Tay, good night. How are you doing? I mean, it's what? Morning where you're at now? Seems that Tay's dumbstruck, man. Tay, what's happening?
No. Probably chat. Run it. Chat.
Alright, Tay, start out that and forward back, man. But Kems, yeah, a lot of things actually happened. So, one, Steiner officially signs with Puma. What was it said? $2 million US?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. 2 million. $2 million was what Steiner, the great Steiner, signed for. And listen. Before you even ask me any questions, a lot of persons wanted to give me flack about Steiner, but clearly, both Puma and Nike, because I think Nike offered her $1 million, and Puma was like, no, let me step it up, and Puma went ahead and offered her $2 million, and she went ahead and she signed with Puma. I don't know if you have the picture, boss. When she in her Puma gears, look very good in her Puma gears. Look like a Puma individual. Look like someone who should be representing Puma. So if you guys can see Steiner's talent, definitely Puma is indeed seeing it. And for an athlete that is just coming out of university and decide to go pro and get that fat $2 million contract, that is higher than what Athingmu got from Nike. Even what Allyson Felix got from Nike initially when Allyson Felix was coming out. But again, Allyson Felix wasn't as talented as Steiner just coming out of university, right? So we have to look at this man. Oh, absolutely
lovely in it, you fam?
Absolutely brilliance, elegance. This is the face of the United States athletics, right? This is who we want to see representing, and someone who is humble, someone who works hard, someone who is about her business, not somebody who is infatuated with social media and infatuated with the fans and want to be sensationalized every single day. So, congratulations to the soon-to-be 200-meter bronze medalist, Steiner. Congratulations.
Muted. Sorry about that. So before going any further, I just want to big up Sam German in the chat, Christoph, Dale Francis, Fire is out early. Christoph, big up yourself. Wally, Frano, Demo, and Albert, big up on yourself. And Albert is saying that the Twins got 3 million. I heard
3 million Jamaican dollars. It's 2 million US. Abby Steiner getting 2 million US. Your boss, not JMD. So let me know what you hear about the Twins. 3 million JMD.
Let's see about that. But Tay, come on, man. Sort out the connection and jump back on Tay. We don't want to see you anywhere else, man. Come back on the stream. That's what we want to see you, man.
Tay running in the comment section talking about Kev's infatuation. Come back on the live, Tay. That's what we want.
We want to hear your voice on the stream, Tay. So come back on, man. But you know that the action start tomorrow, bro. I mean, some rather uninteresting events in some of them. I mean, morning session won't be too sprightly in terms of what will actually happen, but the evening session is way better. Look at the morning session. You know that they're going to have the prelims as always with 100 meter with what we refer to as bugs, scrubs, or whatever not. People that are trying to make it on time and all of that.
The persons whose visas should have been rejected. Those are the ones that's running in the preliminary round tomorrow.
All right, Tay, are you back there now?
I don't know if she's trying to talk.
It's only a pity that Abby Steiner visa cannot be rejected.
Speak up a bit more, Tay. We're not quite hearing you. What's happening? Because we just heard her, so I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, as games play upon women, Tay now talk up. And I like the connection now work. Tay, talk up, man.
We really want to give you the opportunity tonight, Tay, to beat Kems and even me. So come on, Tay, sort out that, man, and speak up, man. Because we actually heard you a bit just now.
Hey, Levon, so you have some persons in the comment section, they were asking about, what is on the morning session. So, and what time it starts?
No worries, man. I'll just go ahead and share it.
It starts 8 o'clock though, Christoph, or 8:05. Some hammer throw.
9 o'clock, that will be 9 o'clock Jamaica time.
No, man. 8 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock my time.
Oh, yeah, 9 o'clock yours. Yeah. All right, so let me just share it. So on everybody, I got rich. All right, let me zoom in on it a bit now. So this is the morning session.
When you finish, I want you to click on the start list for the 4x4, the 4x4 mix relay, because that will be in the morning session. I think that's quite interesting. I think we got a tough heats, because Dominica is in there, and I don't remember. I think it was Akil who had said, Dominica is a team to beat. With all those runners and so. If I can go ahead, I don't know what team they're going to send out there, but if I can click so we can see the heat that Jamaica get, and then we can go in there, dive in there a little bit.
All right, so let me zoom out a bit. So Jamaica's in what, heat 2?
And let me see. Scroll up there. Let me see the qualifying, the boss. As they had said, first 3 of each heat and the next 2 fastest times. All right. So in this one we have Dominica, Germany, Jamaica, Ireland, Brazil, Bahamas, South Africa, Spain. By the looks of it, Jamaica supposed to can finish top 3 in this one, boss. Jamaica.
All right, hold on, Kim. Tay, tell me if you're back there now. I just added you back, man. So just unmute the mic and tell me if you're there. Kems, continue.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at a Dominica. I'm looking at a Dominica, a Jamaica, and either Listen, I can look at I can look at these like a personal best too, and I guess I can judge from there. So Ireland personal best don't look too bad. Spain, Spain not bad. So I think Jamaica can make it and make it on to the finals. I think they can. I don't know who they're going to put on the relay. I know for the men. What's his name? Rasheen McDonald, the 400-meter record holder, for the Jamaican 400-meter record holder. I know he will be on it. I know Demish Gay will be on it as well. I'm not sure which females they're going to use. But hey, Odian. Oh,
Yeah, man, audio and background when I say, Tay, you hearing us now? Damn, bro.
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Much better.
much
Good
better.
evening,
You
guys.
much better. Yeah, talk about much better
I
like I
is
did all. Where you know much better. So talk to us, Steve. Tell us what you think about this mixed relay.
hi my best hi my
There's a chipping in and chipping out. That's the thing.
best friend.
Ah, hear what?
Oh yeah. All
Continue,
right.
Kips.
So here's Anthony Henry saying Demish Gay, Tiffany, Francis, and Bramfield. All right. Digicel, share Fabi Frana. Digicel. Hey, Odian, I have a question.
Mhm.
Um,
Go ahead.
I see somebody is saying that um Francis is going to run instead of Rasheen McDonald. Is that something that is confirmed?
That's Javon Francis.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I heard about it as well, but I can't confirm it.
All right. So I see somebody was saying Jamaica, Anthony Henry, Jamaica, DR, and Brazil to go through. Brazil have a personal best at 3:15:89. They haven't run a mixed relay all season. Listen, this is actually me guessing right now because I don't know. Only thing I
Yeah,
know about Dominica and Jamaica. That's all I know about. Everybody else, I'm just looking at the times and trying to see what I can match out. Only three of these teams look like they're on a mixed relay this season, and that's Ireland, South Africa, and Spain. And these times that they're running is not impressive at all. So I guess we can eliminate those three easily, right? And then we can move on to the other teams. Listen, I must give Jamaica a chance, right? I must give them a chance to at least make the final. I don't think they will get a medal in this event, but they must can make the finals. And if and if you guys didn't know, and I can say it real quick while Levon still have the thing up. Once they make it to the final, oh shoot, I only from first to fourth get money for the relays. $80,000 for first, 40,000 for second, 20,000 for third, and 16,000. Oh no, eight get medal
no,
man. Eight get $4,000.
right.
$4,000 for eighth place in the relay. So if Jamaica at least make the finals and come last,
Yeah,
there's some money in their pocket. 4,000 US dollars. That is
which not
something.
gonna happen because they're not gonna finish last.
Where you have them to finish?
They're going to get a medal. I'm projecting at least
In
a
the
bronze.
mixed relay?
Yes.
It's too early. Oh, then we just start the show. It's too early. It's too early for go down the road, the boss. Oh.
Good night.
Yes, Akil, good night.
Yeah, man. I was saying Brazil because my thing is that even though he has heats tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if Alisson dos Santos runs for Brazil. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs for Brazil in the mixed relays. That's why I included Brazil in the mix. I'm surprised Bahamas is there. I'm interested to see which team. I'm interested to see which who runs for Bahamas. South Africa may have a decent team, but
Will they
for
put
me,
Van Niekerk out there?
eh?
Will they put Van Niekerk out there?
No, man, I don't think they're gonna put Van Niekerk out there because they probably have the debt. Why I said Brazil may put Allison on the team is because of the debt.
No, boss. There's no Akil. There is no way Brazil put the Santos on that mix 4x4. No way.
And he will have to go and try and battle the big guns in the.
Listen, that man need all the energy for that 400-meter hurdles. No,
Yeah,
no,
but
no.
yeah,
If you
but
tell me say, if you
people
tell
do
me say
anything.
if you tell me say them put him to run the finals if they make it, then I can buy that. But if you tell me that he's going to come here and run the heats on the first day of the championships when any card can play, I don't think Dos Santos
Well,
would
but the
want to risk
final
it.
will be on the same day, just the same though.
Yeah,
But it will be after the 4 hurdles, wouldn't it be?
Well, it's,
people do things for national pride, you know. And as I said before, once you're in the final, you get a prize money. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he's there. The problem that I have with Germany have a decent team, you know. And Germany, yeah, I probably should have had Germany in as third instead of Brazil. I probably should have had Germany third instead of Brazil. But Germany has a decent team.
Listen, and Levon. So if Jamaica don't finish top 3, I think that's it for them. Because where time is concerned,
All
I
right, so
don't
Kems,
think.
hold on a sec. So the connection of BT bad, and it's not Digicel because they is not in Jamaica. So she
Just
decided to
say
call.
hello.
Tay, you can go ahead, man.
Okay, hi Kim, hi everyone.
good night, yeah.
Yeah, hi. So, I think this is a very interesting first up, and I think because the 400 meters is later on in the championships, a lot of these people would actually use this as a way to get out and get the first medals in. It's going to be very tricky. You mentioned, Kems, that you don't see Ireland making it. Well, Phil Healy has a different, we'll put 2 fingers up to you for that one. They have a very good 400-meter squad, Ireland does, and they can actually compete and actually upset a lot of people that you think, and actually consider Jamaicans not having any of our individual or strongest 400-meter runners running the mixed relays. We will struggle to probably even make it out as one of the automatic qualifiers of the 8 in this team. Dominican Republic with Paulinho, Ogando, Feliz, and
Santos.
but I don't remember the other female name, is the strongest team, and I think I have them as the strongest team and favorites to win from
We
their tag.
both
However, in the first round heat, I see them easily winning this heat, and Ireland, South Africa, Spain, and Jamaica, running off a 3rd place. Spain has a very strong 4x4 quarters as well.
Even though they have a season's best of 3 minutes 18 seconds.
Hold on a second. You watching the season's best? Hold on a second. Look at the teams that competed in Doha 2019. The winners were Poland, who won. USA, who won. Jamaica came 2nd with a blistering ankle leg from Javon Francis, and Bahrain actually challenged for 3rd. You can't look at people and their individual talents. In last in Tokyo, you had Poland winning with their 800-meter anchor man. It's about your positioning and the tactics and who you employ on the team on the day. And I believe Jamaica will struggle based on the team that they're putting out there to come in the top 3. You're sleeping on Ireland. You have very good quarter milers.
it's true.
Hold on a second. For some people, this is their only chance of winning a relay event. So all their top protagonists in the flat 4 will be running this.
But if I'm supposed to take your great analysis into consideration, then I must now surmise that the Jamaicans will be left out because you're telling me about Ireland having great 400-meter runners. You're telling me about Spain. You tell me about Dominica. You mentioned South Africa a little bit in there. So when I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at the Jamaican runners, and I'm saying, these Jamaican runners are not up to scratch. So probably I overrate Jamaica and put Jamaica too much up there, and probably Jamaica should be fighting for one of the fastest spots. What do you say to that?
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I agree with you. I'm saying I think Jamaica will be fighting out for that third spot in this first heat.
But wouldn't it be the fourth spot, being that it's 2 heats?
It's not our strongest team on paper. And this is, for me, I think I would have gambled on this, the 4x4 mixed team. I would have, because since none of our men are actually running, only one sub 44 going into the World Championships, I would have put in, I would have loved to see, two of our strongest men running the mixed relay team with two of our strongest women. I would have loved to see a Stacey and Williams on this 4x4 mixed 4x4 along with
Antoinette Knight.
Honestly, if I was one of these females, well, I'd put fourth and fifth. Stacey and Williams and the fifth place runner on the initial 4x4 leg. As a matter of fact, I'd even put Stacey and Williams and Jenny Russell to run the 4x4, the mixed 4x4. Those would be my two females I'd put on this squad.
Well,
Can I
go ahead.
can I go?
What do you guys think?
Actually, I think T is right because Ireland has Adeleke from Texas who she's run 50 17 to 400. They have a 400-meter hurdler who his base is 47. His base is 47. I don't know if he has run that fast this year.
Thomas Barr.
Yeah, Thomas Barr. So they have a really good team.
Phil Healy.
Repeat?
Phil Healy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that individual.
Yep.
She's amazing.
Yep. Jamaica can't beat that team then. So right now.
No, but Jamaica have a very good team.
No.
Very good team.
I think they should actually pay. Sorry to cut you off, Akil.
No problem.
I think I would actually like to see Jenny Russell and Stacey and Williams run the 4x4 along with the young kid. What's his name?
Which one?
Christopher Taylor?
No, not Taylor. He's not going to run it. The young kid that has the heart of steel.
Oh, Gregory Prince?
Gregory Prince will run it, but not the other guy, the other young kid.
Oh, Anthony Cox.
Anthony Cox. I'd like to say Anthony Cox, and I would actually use Anthony Cox and the guy who I think is right now, even though his times don't tell me that, but Nathan Allen on the 4x4.
I just wanted to add. I think that the team that I heard that will be running this tomorrow, run the heats. I think they'll do enough to qualify. But I think that if my team personally, my team of Anthony Cox, Stacey and Williams, Antoinette Knight, and Javon Francis, I think could not medal, but they could challenge for a medal. That's what I think.
Putting Antoinette Knight on that squad in the shape that she is in, training with who she's training in, and based on my reports that I'm hearing coming from her training camp, she is going to be a beast. And she's the only Jamaican I think who's actually challenged Fred Cabal for that, third spot in the women's 400-meter hurdles.
Yeah, man. So I think this team can qualify from this heat. I actually think heat 2 is the heat of death.
Have you seen heat 1?
No, this is heat 1.
No, fam, this is heat 2.
Oh, this is heat 2. Oh, heat 1 is the heat of death. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say, because that heat is just like That heat is just crazy. Nigeria, Poland, United States, Italy, Netherlands, Great Britain. Oh my goodness, that heat is gonna have five
I mean, it's
persons
not
from that.
actually. I'd rather just see. This is not really as stacked as you think, because okay, USA will qualify, right? Netherlands. Well, yeah, that's true because Netherlands has Linka Carver,
And
Femke Ball,
Femke Ball. And they have
Van Diepen,
mm-hmm.
and Bonavacia.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Poland.
Poland has the Sweetie Heritage.
Vanguard, that's
This is
even.
a very strong squad.
And
Very strong
Nigeria.
squad.
And
And
Nigeria.
if I was Nigeria, considering they're not in the 4x1s, I would love to see Favor Ophelia in that 4x4 as well.
Me too. I would love to see Ophelia on that 4x4 as well.
Fair. All right. Anything else on this before we move on? And before I get there, people, just look in the comment section. You'll actually see the link to Tave's channel pinned at the top. So just click on the link and give her some support, man. And her channel name is Chuck Diamond. So just go over there and give her some support. And guess what? We're about to be graced by a man that has been doing the track works, man. Been doing a lot. And I really love what he has been doing with the track and field videos and all of that. So we're now joined by Halftime TV. Welcome, boss. All gone.
Blessings, one and all. It's a pleasure to be here. Big up everybody.
Come on, blessings.
Yeah, man.
All right, so before I move on and go any further, let me just get your thoughts on the mixed relays. You think Jamaica can make it out of their heat and make it to the finals?
I think as it relates to quality, we have it, but we don't know what to expect when it comes down to who's short. And that's where my concern lies, because we'll see something exceptional at one point, and then the next moment it's like they're struggling to get anywhere near their best again. So they're able, but I don't think they will.
Fair.
So you don't think they'll make it to the final?
No.
Wonderful. Because before I was before I got some knowledge from T, because I was like, they have halftime. I don't know how religious you watch this show, but they beat me every time. Say I'm an American, I'm a sell out my Jamaican roots and blah blah blah. So tonight I decided to come with a different vibe. So I'm saying, hey, Jamaica is going to make the final. But then now I'm hearing, hey, no, you're wrong. The time
No, the thing is, when it comes down to predictions, it's not right or wrong, It's not right or wrong, because you make your assessment based on your observations and your takeaways, right? So if you see because, all right, for example, 15 persons will see the same person walk by them, and then when they get the chance to describe them, each person will describe the person differently, right? So the sketch artist will create 15 different pictures, chances are, right?
Absolutely.
And if you know the DB Cooper story, then you'll have an idea what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
We watch races, we watch football, and at the end of the day, someone will say, okay, that player was horrible. And we seldom all agree on the same thing to say, okay, that player was awful, right? So it's, again, as I said, the talent is there. No doubt the talent is there. But because of the inconsistencies surrounding the performances that they give, I don't know what to expect. And I don't want to reason with my heart instead of my head. So in this instance, I'm going with logic rather than emotions.
Yep, hear that, Akil? You hear that? Because Akil, halftime, Akil tell me that Jamaica will be fighting for a medal in the final in this mixed relay, boss.
Like, seriously, I just stated the team that could fight for all right. You don't think this team can fight for a medal? Anthony Cox, Anjanette Knight, Stacey Williams, and Javon Francis.
No.
As I mentioned before, if we get their A game, they will, but I don't want to set my expectations too high, because I've seldom seen all of these athletes with their A game on the same platform this season. Put it that way.
But then my question is, you guys, I think it was, I think it's Odeon. Odeon said that normally men would run splits that are like, when you run a 4x4 split, it normally like a second faster than what you would normally do in the season. So My question to you is that given that majority of our athletes have run like 45 consistently and 51 low, that's for the women, don't you
Yeah.
think they can produce a good mixed relay
But good is
team?
one thing, you know. Good is one thing, but challenging for medal, you're gonna need to be far better than good, right?
Yep.
There's good, better, best, you know. And
Because
challenging for a medal, good is mediocre.
Because why I ask the question, because if you have one if you have one if you have two 45-second legs and two 50 legs, that's easily 3 minutes 10.
No, Akil. The thing is, Akil, I'm not writing them off to say, okay, it's not possible, you know. I'm not saying that it's not possible, you know. My qualm with this entire situation is I don't see it enough to rest my laurels on it, to be confident enough to give a prediction to say, okay, this will happen. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. All
So
right. Fair enough.
quality is there. Don't get me wrong. And I'm the biggest Jovan Francis fan there is in this world. I'm a huge fan of Jovan Francis, and I'm so happy to see him getting close to his best again. But we know we've seen Jovan Francis in yesteryear. We know what he's capable of. And I'm pretty sure everyone on here can agree that the current Jovan Francis is nowhere near what we know he's capable of, or the trajectory that he was going in before he fell off the globe.
So, as you talk about, since you say you're the biggest Javon Francis fan, Mr. Halftime, you know, I must ask you, why is it that, I guess it's a two-part question I'll ask, you know?
Yeah.
Why is it that
I feel like I'm in the hot seat.
No, so we just, you know, I'm glad you mentioned Javon Francis, because I was about to throw the question to everybody. Why is it that Javon Francis, after leaving Calabar, didn't reach the heights that we are really and truly expecting him to reach?
That's $1 million question, and I'm sure even the coaches, if they could answer that question, then Jovan Francis would be challenging for a gold medal at these World Championships instead of merely trying to get past the first round, in my opinion. So again, we know the trajectory he was on as a teenager, and it gave us so much hope, the heart, the grit that he had. We were so optimistic, to say the least. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys on here can agree with me as well. I think one of the major championships a few years ago, he fought so hard to get us on the podium, and that almost felt as if it was a gold medal. And it was what, bronze? I think it was bronze. And it
no, I think it was, wasn't it silver?
Bronze or silver, one of those. Yeah. But it felt as if it was a gold medal.
Absolutely.
So because it felt like a gold, people even forgot what the actual color of the medal was, because of how it felt. And that's what we wanted to see. We wanted him to build on that. We wanted him to take a step. And I've had this argument before when talking about Brianna Williams, because a number of folks were like, okay, we should allow her to take her natural development and whatnot, and I'm like, no, because it doesn't promise you that she's going to improve on the times that she ran as a teenager. Because she's getting older, it doesn't necessarily mean her times will improve. And I think Stephen Francis spoke about it as well. But because I'm not a track coach, when I said it, they said, oh, you don't know anything about track and you do it. So I'm like, it's not promised. We've seen, even in football, we've seen so many golden boys fall off the map, right? We've seen them exceptional as teenagers and they just haven't kicked on. Renato Sanchez, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. You get what I'm saying? Paul Pogba, hot and cold, world-class talent, you know. But as it relates to week in, week out, putting in those performances, hot and cold. So it doesn't necessarily mean because you're a golden boy, you will automatically win a Ballon d'Or. No. And it not to stray too much from the argument, when we see these exceptional teenage talents and they're doing so well, we're like, okay, give that person 2 more years or give them 3 more years and they'll be doing it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And I think expectation has gotten the best of most of us, especially the Jamaican track and field fans, because we see them at champs and we're pumped. We're like, whoa, that's the next Usain Bolt. That's the next Veronica Campbell-Brown. That's the next Shelley Fraser Price. And then
Whoa.
Yeah.
What happened to the next Elaine Thompson? What, boss?
Even Elaine. No. My point is, I'm not omitting anybody. I'm just trying to make a point that they're saying, okay, that's the next big thing out of Jamaica then. Let me put it like that.
All right.
And then a number of years after, we don't see them.
Mhm.
Right? We're wondering where they are. We're wondering what's happening. Exceptional champs athletes. But what happens next? The transition doesn't happen, and the lack of transition, the times they don't reflect what we were assuming would be the times in a few years' time.
So I see you mention Brianna. Are you one of them who believe that she should change coaches?
I don't know what's happening in her camp as it relates to her coach. I threw the question out there on my platform a few weeks ago because I thought her development as it relates to improvements, they weren't visible. I wasn't seeing the best Brianna when it came to the big meets, right? So it didn't have anything to do with coaching or what. I just said, and this was after that she was placed 9th in Eugene, and I said, I saw Shakari Richardson place 9th last year, and I spoke about it, and all the Jamaicans, they laughed. And when I came and I spoke about Brianna, it was almost as if I wasn't allowed to speak about Brianna, who was placed last in that race. So I was kind of taken aback that so much people were reasoning with emotions again, because Brianna, in this setting, up against some of the fastest women, top athletes, we want you to perform. We don't want you to go to Jamaica the week after and clock 10.97 and puff your chest. I want you to perform in that setting where everybody is there, all the big names are there, even if you don't come first or second, because we know the quality of the field that's there. But we expect you to actually be challenging. And that's my qualm with it. I don't think, okay, she needs to change a coach because she's not doing well. I just said I want to see Brianna performing in these big races instead of the ones in Jamaica where you don't know anyone else in the race apart from Brianna. If you check up the ranking, you're like, okay, you're trying to find who else would probably make the top 50 sprinters list. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah. So my thing with and just because you mentioned it, so my thing with the whole Brianna Williams situation now is that, all right. So I think Atto is more than just a coach to her. It kind of seems like he is now a father figure because, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen a male figure around either she or her mother or anybody, whether a track meet or big championships. I've never seen that, but I've always seen Otto. So, when I'm looking at the relationship, because at one point I was like, she should change coaches. Why? Because I watched Sydney come second at the World Championships. I think this was back in 2019, or I think she comes second behind Mohammed. And then after that, what did she do? She said second is not good enough, right? She also broke the world record that time as well in the boat. Obviously, Dalila won. And she said that's not good enough. And then she went ahead and she left and she went to Bobby Kersey, and we know the rest is history after that, right? So I was looking at that and I'm saying, probably Brianna need to touch MVP, go to MVP and, see what it's all about. But then I look at the relationship and I'm saying, when I see how she and Otto's relationship, I've seen she and Otto sit down, Otto interview her, and it just look like a dad and a daughter. And I'm saying, how could she, just leave Otto like that? And I know as fans, we can
I have a question for you as soon as you finish. But finish making your point.
Yeah, so when you look at that and you can say, oh, business is business, but I think the relationship that has cultivated in the family is like Otto kind of engraved himself in the family, where if she leave, it's like, yeah, leave your father right now. Yeah, leave your father to go somewhere else. That's just how I look at it.
Go ahead first, Akil.
I agree with Kems, and I think the interesting thing about the dynamic between Brian and Atto is that Brianna is sort of similar to Atto in terms of him being a prodigy at a young age, and then him going through the track and the track world and everything. So I think he's guiding. I think he's guiding her properly, and I just think that it's a matter of patience for her. But yeah, I think Atto is the best person for her right now. That's just my take.
Okay. All right.
Shoot a question after.
My question, no, because the boys mentioned father figure and all of that. But can we all agree that sometimes when we think, and I'll go back to this, the emotional aspect rather than the logical aspect, we get lost in the actual events that are taking place in front of you, the actual reality, right? So emotions cloud your reality. And you mentioned it, you said it's father figure, and then playing devil's advocate, sometimes it's because of this relationship, your growth is hindered. And I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just putting the argument out there. Because when you would go out and a stranger would tell you something, or an outsider would tell you something, in comparison to what your parents are telling you, you're like, okay, your parents just telling you this because they want to say something, or you get what I'm saying? And then if someone else outside mentions it, you probably think about it a bit more, or even take some time to try and interpret it a little bit more.
All right. So I understand what you're saying, about especially the emotions versus the logic.
And I'm not saying,
I think Tay have something to say as well. Tay, go ahead.
I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just putting it out there, the argument out there. So another angle.
Hold on 1 second, Eleven. Remember, just respond to me, and then Tay can come in. 1 second. So this is my thing, right? And I think I like to use relationship analogies because, right, I think each person you get in a relationship with, you have to love them how they want to be loved, how they need to be loved. And I think in this situation, I think Otto is just the right person at this current moment to love Brianna, to groom Brianna, to bring Brianna. Listen, every single year, and the progression is probably not good, the progression is probably not good enough for the fans to say, oh, she was running so fast at a tender age and she's not progressing enough. But listen, every year this young lady runs, she has run a personal best. Every single year, every championship she come, she has run a personal best. So she is indeed improving. So I'm saying no. Let us say no. We'll put her over to a friend, a different kind of personality. A person will just work, and now go hug you up and now go love you up as what might be something that she is requiring at that time. Then she'll probably get worse than what she is now. So sometimes I understand what you're saying, but sometimes we also have to be careful of how we do things.
All right, Tay, shoot.
I can't actually believe I'm going to actually agree with Kems on this one. I must be going crazy tonight. I think I've just probably had some of Steiner's Kool-Aid. I think we've put too much pressure on young Brianna Williams. She's a young girl. She's, as Kem said, her progression speaks for itself. She's improved every single solitary year. This is the best period of, history as in so many women running fast we've ever had, outside of the outliers such as Flojo and those East Germans that we know about and don't want to talk about. So right now, in that area, that Archie Steiner is very difficult to beat. She has progressed at just the rate that her age should tell us that she should progress naturally. And I believe that we'll be too hard on her. I don't think she should switch and change up and move camps. As you say, people respond to stimuli differently. And some people like that, distance between coaching and the athlete. At the end of the day, it's a professional relationship. It should be a professional relationship. But some people require that extra because they can get that more out of them because you know that person. It's just like in my current job, I'm responsible for managing people. And I don't actually treat each staff member, even though it's a professional relationship, the same kind of a way. Because people rely differently to different stimuli in order to get the best results from that. So I believe we are putting too much pressure on young Brianna Williams. She's just 20. Yep. She is 20. The same kind of pressure we apply to Kevona Davis because we expect them to just come and rule the world and expect her to progress at the same pace as a Julian Alfred has. 10.94 for 20 is a good run. Yep. And that's a very good PB to have. And I think we should just allow her to grow. And yes, after, next year or the year after, she, we're not seeing any marginal improvement, then we could say, you know what, probably it's now time for you to, even though it's not within our gift to say that we should have, you should probably think of, shaking things up a bit. But for now, I think she's progressed nicely. Not everybody is endowed with the same gifts and talents. Yeah? So her 10.94 at this stage in her career could be 10.7 in the future, while Kemba is 10.88 could be 10.75, and she don't progress any further. I think in high school, it has actually, at the high school championships, a lot of these young girls are started to venture into programs that are geared towards senior adults. And as a result of that, they plateau and never go beyond. And they actually get, not interested in track anymore after growing up in high school because it's a bit too rigorous. And I think we should curb our expectation, and we should also look at how we, organize track and field. And I strongly believe that in some of our high schools, we should not be allowing our athletes or girls, especially, and our boys as well, to run more than 3 events at the high school level. That's the maximum. The workload is too much. We're giving them, the program is too hard, and it's not, they actually peak too early, and we're not seeing it transcend. Look at the athletes that Steiner has coached, and to see exactly their progression. A 10.4 athlete progressing into something special. 11.5 progressing into something special, because the workload is not the same. Time, energy, effort, and the will to succeed on the part of the athlete is important. Give them time to develop, and I think the best is yet to come of young Brianna Williams.
All right. Before I get to any other thoughts from you guys, let me just bring in our commenters because I don't want to leave them out. So here's Zebev saying that she's 20 and just run 10.94. Here's Fireart saying that Brianna's technically not PB every year. Her real PB was 10.94 from 2019 that got wiped, and since then she's only run 10.97 till this year when she has run 10.94 again. So she has not improved since 2019.
That's technicalities, but
Here's my opinion saying that that's why I'm fearful for Tina and Tia. Tina especially. I just hope people don't expect too much. Remember, Elaine only dipped below 11 at age 23.
What I think about that one, especially about Tina, you see, if Tina and Tia had stayed one more year in high school, I would have been worried. The fact that they left now when they left and where they went to, the fact that they left now and where they went to, I think I'm having a little bit more confidence, in that. If they had stayed, listen, I said the same thing about Christopher Taylor. When I hear say that man telling, oh, I'm going back to Calabar to defend a title. Which title, boss? What is that champs? Like, I understand that champs, you're going, you celebrate, you're happy. But if high school track and field is where it ends for you, then okay, go back at champs and do whatever you want.
All right, so Kenzie asks what is champs. I'm just going to give a Shake's answer. It's glorified PE.
Well, at the end of the day, it's glorified PE. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just think, so I think Tina and Tia will be fine, especially where they're going and, the rigorous training that they will be under. And I don't think they have that much, I don't think their legs are that much, quote unquote, burnt out, as other athletes. So I think that they'll be fine. But
right, since you're on that, my question to you now is that, of the two, which one is it more upside to?
I mean, Tina, obviously.
Yeah,
a lot of people actually disagree.
Huh?
I know. I think Tia will be the best of the two in the future.
Right. No, man, I think Tina will be the best. She has a championship mentality.
What Tina has is heart. Upside for me is not just mere heart. It's about room for growth and improvement, where you can actually see the instrument, the gains going forward. Look at the physiology of both of them.
I say I didn't understand that.
Tia has a better start. I think what Tia needs is that kind of a belief again that, you know what, you're that good. And if she works on her and she has a better form to me actually.
I mean, halftime.
What Tina has is what you can't coach. You cannot coach what Tina has.
And that's what makes it challenging.
She has a heart of a champion.
That's what makes it challenging.
And she will not give up. She will not give up without a fight.
That's it. And Frano, in his interview, he spoke about it, and he said he relishes a challenge. So taking the athlete that's not the quote unquote star from the champs, the high school champs, and making that person a star. That's what he relishes. That pull, that opportunity to constantly be wrong yet trying to be right, if that makes sense. So I think he took on the twins, but it's primarily because of Tia. A lot of folks will say, okay, but it's Tina. I think it's Tia because that's where the real challenge lies. And that's why we will see a bigger upside from Tia. And that's my opinion.
I listen, I can't see it. Right now, I'm looking at Tia. Tia look like she don't even want to go to the run. Tia look like she's just running just because, boy, you know them thing the way, boy, I'm talented, I'm good at it, so let me just do it here, man. She don't look like...
But Kems,
Yeah.
why would Frano take her on?
Well, I mean, listen, if you take one, you can't take one and don't take the other one.
Of course,
But
Yeah, I agree.
Knowing who Frano is, he would.
No, boss. It's not. Listen, Levon. As twins, you can't take one and don't take the other one. No matter who Frano is. If Frano say I'm gonna take one, then I'm gonna go somewhere else. You have to take them as two. You have to take them. It's a deal. So, but listen, halftime. When I look at Tina, you remember all that talk about Brenna Liston gonna beat her. Brenna Liston better than her. Brenna Liston this. And if you remember that semi-finals when Brenna Liston run gone and Tina just there laughing, and you see the iconic picture that was taken. And then when we move on to the finals, we saw what happened. And you guys said it. Heart of a champion, that is something you can't coach. And I believe every single quote-unquote athlete, every single great athlete, that is something that they must have. I have not seen that in Tia.
Yeah, but again, you're missing the question. No. It's not about who has the better talent or quality or whatnot. You must. It's the upside. It's the upside. So, for example, if I think Tina's personal best now is Tia's personal best is what 11:20 what
11:23.
11:25.
11:25.
Right now, if Frano gets her to sub 11, right, in comparison to her sister Tina, if he gets Tina to probably 10:77, the bigger upside will be Tia. You get what I'm saying? So because she has improved more and will reflect more on his work with her.
No, but when so
it's not about the quality of the athlete.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying?
Understood, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
When we talk about upside,
yeah,
aren't we directing it to that who is going to be better down the road? Isn't that what we're directing it to when we talk about upside?
But she's already better. So even all right, say for instance, right? If Frano improves Tina, right, to what 1080. If he improves Tina to 1080 in 1 year, and he gets the sister Tia to sub 11, right, in 1 year, what would he say then? What is the bigger upside in that 1 year of the two?
Before Ken,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Ken.
No, go ahead.
No, I was. No, you remember the argument I have before. That I keep on saying that you see the faster, then you're going to find that the slower your PB is, it's easier for you to run another personal best. So I wouldn't necessarily jump ahead and say if Tia somehow runs at 1096 and Tina runs at 1080, it means that Tia would have had a bigger improvement. It is natural for you that much of an improvement. The faster you are, and I disagree with the point as well.
But Frano would have taken more solace or more satisfaction from the work that he's done with Tia, no?
Yeah, he
not
would necessarily.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily buy the argument though. And even the point that you guys made about Tina, I know Tina is a workaholic. Tia is not the same. They are identical twins, yes, but I know Tina Clinton, she's a workaholic. And the fact that we also mentioned that Tia has better form, it means that you have more to coach with Tina. So I disagree with the analyst earlier.
Mr. Halftime, let me tell you something. If Frana improves Tia to, let's say, she run a level 2 now, you improve her to 10-8. But then Tina gets improved to 10-7, and then come the championships, Tina win. Who you think Frana is more proud of? The winner, I would believe. The winner, So again, what I've been told is that Tia is not as invested in track and field as her sister. That is just what I've been told. Then probably a lie to me because I like Tina a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that argument too. I've heard it.
Yeah.
Too. But
yeah, so I don't like, listen, track and field, and you and everybody on here probably know this, even Tay and those in the comment section. When the training start get tough, it's something you have to love. It's something where you really have to love for go out there and do it every single day. When you have vomit, when the weights them heavy, when you can't walk, when you have to do ice bath, it's something where you have to truly just love and invest in. So right now, hopefully, going to MVP can change Tia and, make her a bit more interested. But right now, I just believe that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I believe it will be this Tina
on the top.
Guys, and if we have been following Tina and Tia since primary champs all the way through, Tina has never lost a 100-meter race to any of them, whether her sister or Liston. Never lost a chance in 100 meters. Remember in class 4, it was Tia who ran the 100 meter. Tina started doing the 200 in class 4, In terms of the 100 meter, I think in first year class 3, Tia won. Serena Cole was about second or third year about. Tina did not start the 100 meter until second year class 3 when she ran the record 11:27. She dominated class 2 when her sister Ford started, and she defeated Brianna Liston in class 1 first year. So she has never lost a 100-meter race to them at the championship level.
As it relates to just talking about junior athletes in general, what I would say is that it takes a while for junior athletes, for most junior athletes to settle in track and field. I think when we think about Usain Bolt, we think about what's her name again, Dina Asher-Smith. Dina Asher-Smith as a 19-year-old, she ran 22 low. I think she was in a 2015 final when she ran that 20. I think it was 22.0 something. I don't remember the exact time, but she ran fast. She ran fast as a 19-year-old, and yes, she has progressed, but that progression took time. It took her a while. It took her, I think, until 2019. I think it took her until 2019, from 2015 to 2019, to actually sub 22 seconds.
And we spoke about it a little bit earlier as well. Expectations during the high school years, because we see these times and we're like, okay, in a year time, that 22 will be sub 22, and in 2 years time it will be world record quality. You get what I'm saying? So the year that you add on 2-3 years, it doesn't necessarily lower the time. It doesn't necessarily automatically mean the time will be lowered, and there'll be world beaters. That's not guaranteed. In track and field, you have to put in the work, and you have to have the right programs that are suited to your strengths and to improving you as well. And sometimes we see them in high school. We get overly exuberant and we can't wait because, if running 10.97 now, running 10 whatever now, it's a teenager, she's running low 10, whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It means she ran that on the day. It doesn't mean anything for tomorrow or for next year or the year after.
You want to know what's funny? I don't know if you guys remember this person. He used to go JC, change his name now, but Winston Barnes. I remember Winston Barnes was one of the first youngsters for break 11 seconds when he had the record at champs and him run 10.9. At that point in time, you could tell no Jamaican that Winston Barnes wouldn't be the fastest Jamaican in the world right now. Because in class 3, they were labeling him, oh God, he is going to break the record. This is Jamaica's future, Winston Barnes. The following year after that, he fell off and it just never was the same until now. I think he's running for Turkey or Bahrain or one of them. I think he's changing name to Jack something another, right?
Jake
So
Harvey.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah,
he changed his name. So
when he came to high school with me, he was in came sixth form at Rossi's.
Yeah. Another example of junior athletes who it took them time to figure things out. Jodie Williams of Great Britain. When Jodie Williams was running at World Juniors, she was winning. She was dominating juniors, so she won the 100 and the 200. It never worked out for her in both events. I think in the 200 she did well at the Commonwealth Games, but that's pretty much it. Then now she decided to start running the 400, and last year she made the Olympic final in the 400 meters. So sometimes it takes a while for athletes to really get settled and to figure out what they want to do. But for me, I'm just happy that the athletes or young athletes now are at least having more options. They're getting more exposure so that they're able to make more informed decisions. That's what I am grateful for. Even when you talk about Brianna Liston going to LSU, I actually happy that she made a decision like that. Why? Because it's an up for her. First of all, it's an opportunity for her to go into the States and get a good education and to really experience the NCAA. The NCAA is really a fun sort of it's well, I wouldn't know, I'm not an athlete. It seems like the atmosphere itself, I'm not the workload seems very it seems a lot, but in terms of like the athlete life and the social part of it, it seems very fun, and any young athlete will want to be pulled towards that. And then, as I said before, I've heard that college athletes, they get the best treatment. So the things that top pro athletes who are earning big bucks getting, that's what collegiate athletes are getting. So for us to say,
it depends. Obviously, it depends on the university
school.
where you go, and also, they just passed a new thing with the name, image, and likeness thing, NIL. So I think that is big right now. I think anybody who wants to get into university, I think this is the time to get into it, because you can now be compensated without it having to be under the table. You can be compensated right there and then. So I think it's a good thing, and I'm glad that she went to LSU. Because when she go to LSU, it's not like a Texas. It's not like those schools where wherever bell knock your arrow, they hear, oh, Brianna Liston again. Oh, she never run last week.
What you talking about?
No, LSU won't be the same. It won't be
LSU is a top school, yeah.
I never said it's not a top school. I never said it's not a top school. I'm talking. Okay, compare any LSU athlete to Kevona Davis and look on the races that they will run and look on the difference in the races. They just don't run as much.
Flavor Feely ran regularly.
Not as much as Kevona Davis.
Flavor Feely run the same amount of races as Kevona Davis.
All right, and when I prove you wrong, I need a public apology.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
But Flavor Feely was the same amount of races as.
No, she did not run the same amount of races. She did not.
How she did not?
Akil, I can go and check it, and I don't think she did, man.
No, I'm going to check it, but she did not run the same amount of races as Kevona Davis.
First of all, I follow the college.
All right. I think I stand corrected, but I think it's probably only Abby Steiner ran more races than Kevona.
Like,
but how is it that Ophelia hasn't run more races than Kevona, when Ophelia did the 60 meter? Ophelia made it to the 60 meter final indoors, and Kevona did not make it to the final. She only made it to the 200, and Ophelia did the 200 as well. And the base and how they set up in the collegiate circuit in the US, the athletes basically run every 2 weeks. And every 2 weeks, you have one person running to this meet and another person. You have this meet in the west and you have a next meet in the east. So it's not a case where one person is at a disadvantage because they run less races than the other. So I'm telling you, Ophelia probably run the same or even more races than Kevona this
Impossible. But
You're using the word probably now.
we'll figure it out. I'm doing the
You can
research.
look it up. Yeah, you
To
can
say the
research.
exact number. Because I know you're just talking out your behind right now, but we'll figure it out.
That's fine.
Kim's, I think he's probably right, you know, if you really check it, you know. Because all right, I think Ophelia ran 4x4, 4x1, 60 meters and plus 1 and 2. So I think she has run more.
No. When I'm talking, so me personally, right? I'm talking about the Texas track and field program and the LSU track and field program. And I'm saying going to a school as Texas where track and field is basically where you eat, sleep, and breathe there. With LSU, it kind of split up in a football, it kind of split up in football might talk about like college football, and then you have the track and field aspect. And I don't think Brenna Liston will be as pressured into running as many races as Kevona Davis did. Kevona Davis wasn't even the best person at Texas, and she was still running the same amount of races, or more amount of races than she needed to be running at that point in time. Especially an athlete who was struggling with injuries from Jamaica. The same thing with Brenna Liston, struggling with injuries from Jamaica coming up. They don't want them to run this amount of races with the wear and tear on their body. So when they said that she was going to LSU, I was really happy that she was going to LSU and not at Texas or not at Florida.
Firstly, LSU will be competing for team championships next year. It's just that Texas this year was better. Secondly, Kevona Davis, she ran the amount of races she ran because of her talent, right? She is. You're saying that she's not the fastest. First of all, she's the second fastest runner, 100-meter runner at Texas. Julian is faster than her, and she's the second fastest 200-meter runner. Only I think it's. Again? Not Steiner. Fennell, only Fennell faster than her. So it's because of her talent. That's why she runs so frequently. She didn't run 4x4. She ran only 4x1s, 4x100 and 200. And she made finals for both of them. She gave them points. So that's why Kevona runs so frequently.
Okay,
that could happen for Brenna Liston.
And I'm saying an athlete that comes from Jamaica that suffer with crucial injuries. I don't want my athlete running so much. I just don't.
No, but in her first year, her coach only made her do the 200. She ran a couple of 100 years, but her coach predominantly made her.
But again, I'm saying she still ran a lot in her first year, and she ran more in her second year.
But gentlemen, you know what though? I don't like where you guys bring this argument here because we're supposed to be focusing on what is happening tomorrow. And it totally went off track.
All right.
But let's just focus now because there are Jamaican people that are actually performing tomorrow. But finish up on this and let's just get into that.
We can't switch it. What I was saying that I was looking at the 100-meter men. I was looking for the start list, but I remember saying they're not going to put out the start list until
the preliminaries.
Until the bugs don't run.
Yeah, so they will put the bugs. They can
talk
about
this world.
All right, so in terms of Jamaican interest, let me just zoom in on this a bit. The morning session, as I just mentioned, is just a 4x4 that we partake in. So in the afternoon session, which starts 5? This is 5:05, and that's it will be 4 or 5 Jamaica time. So at 4 or 5 Jamaica time, it will be the women shot put, and I think it's also qualification. Well, it is qualification in terms of just like the preliminary. So the automatic qualifying mark is 18.90. And the Jamaica Patricia Cameron was 18.33 this season. Do you see her making it or no?
Oh, Cameron?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, at the championships, a lot of things can happen, and this is a championship. We can have a lot of surprises. You can quote unquote peak at the right time, come into your best at the right time. But listen, this Cameron person, I think I said it the last time that she's not going to make the finals, and obviously they always say Kems in no sense, you chat too much, you sell out to be a foolish chat. But she's just not good enough, folks. I'm sorry, she's just not good enough. Not really much to talk about here with her. Thank you for coming. Thank you for representing the country at your very best. but not good enough to make it to the finals. Not good enough.
All right, so all of you actually agree with Kems.
Yeah, so we don't have to say much more.
Yeah, I agree as well.
All right, so let's move on from that. Let's move over to our next event. Well, it's actually Group A and Group B.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in Group B now, it has Daniel
Daniel.
Thomas start.
Mm-hmm.
What say you guys making it to the finals?
She should, but
Definitely.
the 18 meters 90 is very tricky. It's very tricky. She at her best, she should be able to clear it
Okay.
without comfortably.
But
But why
so,
said
I'm
but why
sorry.
said yeah why I said the 18 meter 90 is tricky is that um in terms of in terms of like season's best, a lot of the competitors have thrown above it, but in terms of persons actually in competition and throwing it, not a lot of persons have thrown over 18 meters 90. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So like in the series, not a lot of persons have thrown over 18 meters 90 within the series itself. They probably have a one throw like 19 meters 30 something and so forth. That's why I said that the qualifying standard is tricky. I think she should comfortably go through, but I wouldn't be surprised if she has a small queue by her name. Instead of the big queue.
All right, so I was just checking, and there's 12 people that has thrown over 18.90 this season, and
And
I can just quickly find them out. So
and
Maggie
there's
Ewan
one.
from US,
Oh,
she has done it. You have Fanny Roos from Sweden, 19.22. You have Madison Lee Wish from New Zealand, 19.10. You have Adelaide Akila, 19.64 from US. You also have Jardine Van Klinken, 19.08. You have Jeon Song, 20.38. You have the Portuguese athlete Ariel Dongmo, 20.43. In Group B now, you have give me a sec. You have Chase Ely, 20.51. You have Mitten from Canada, 20.33. You have Daniel Thomas at 19.53, close to her PB, which is 19.55. So she has got 19.53 this season. You have Jessica Woodard,
5-5, no
19.40. You have Jessica Schindler, 19.72. But even though there's been 12 people that has done it so far, you can't leave out this one as well. So if I had this one in the mix, then
Go.
it might be tough.
No, and as I said before, Levon, like even though it may be person's season's best, like there hasn't been a lot of throws over the 18 meters 90 mark.
I just said there's
So
12.
no, man, you're not getting what I'm saying. I understand that there are 12 persons who has a season's best over it, but in terms of like
like the frequency you're talking
the
about.
frequency of it, the frequency of it, it's not very frequent. So that's why I think that it could be tricky, and I wouldn't be surprised if she goes into the final by a small queue. But at best she should go through.
And the
But
small
also,
queue would mean that she wouldn't have
Um,
met the qualifying mark, but she would have finished in the top 12 overall to advance to the final. Okay.
Yeah.
what I'll say is, right? What I'll say is, and I have to preface my comments every time I talk about Todd or Dodd, because she said when she come to the national stadium, the wonderful national stadium of Jamaica, she never yet performs well. No, she's at Eugene, Oregon, and I hear the track is fast. I hear if you touch that shot put pit, you get to throw the ball fast. I hear everything is improved in Oregon. So I'm expecting an inspired and improved performance from Mrs. or Miss Todd or Miss Dad. So I'm looking at her making the finals. She's not one I had amongst the medals, but I think she'll finish. I had her at I had her at seventh
50.
or eight or something like that. Somewhere around there I had her. 6, 7, 8, 9. Somewhere around there. Right? So and I think that's where she'll end up. You can't be bad on Jamaica and then disrespect the national stadium that has present so many greats that you can't perform there. I didn't like that. That one hurt me to the core. So good luck, Mrs. Dodd. But I think you're going to finish seventh, eighth, or ninth. But you'll make the final, and that's good enough.
All right, let's move on from that and go to our next event that will also have Jamaica participation, and that's the long jump qualification for men. That will be at 5 p.m. Jamaica time, and you have Wayne Pinnock will be qualified. Who will be taking part in the qualification? So I'll look at the best athletes this season. Yeah, Simon Ihemo from Switzerland. And let's point out that the qualification mark is 18.15.
No, man, 8.15.
8.15, sorry.
So she's a standard of the event this year.
Yeah,
A little that's
been pretty poor. So you also have Tobias Montla, 18.38. And there's one other athlete that has done well this season.
8.38.
I don't know why.
There's 3 Indians in there. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
1, 2. It's actually 2. It's actually 2 Akil.
In the other section, remember it's A and B. No?
But all right, from section A,
mm-hmm.
do you actually believe that Wayne Pinnock can actually qualify 8.14 this season at PB, and it needs to go over that? So do you guys see him qualifying, or think that the competition is too tough for him?
You'll be fine. You'll qualify.
I'd say you, Kems.
I was hoping that you never asked me this question and you just bypass me, boss. Because listen, Mr. Pinnock have to realize that this is not Kingston College, and I don't remember the name of the university where I'm going up. So, but then Aki, remind me of the name because you follow him religiously. So remind me of the name of the school that you go in America. Because I know he's leaving, I know he's leaving to join his coach that just get a new job elsewhere.
I think it's Tennessee.
Yeah, I think he's going to Tennessee right now. I think.
No, I think he's going to Arkansas. But
he's leaving to go to Arkansas. Right. Him and the next guy. Right. So I'm looking at. Listen. I don't try to be hard on Jamaicans, guys, but I have to be real. It is my duty to come on this platform and to be the objective one. I must be objective, I must be honest, I must be real. That's the only way I sleep good at nights. All right, so I can't come here and be a sensationalist and say, yeah, I love Wayne Pinnock, he's going to make the final. Listen, I think he'll give a good account of himself, and that is what's important here. He is a youngster. He has a lot of years ahead of him. We have another World Championship next year. We have an Olympics after that. But for this one, listen, I don't see Mr. Pinnock. I don't see Mr. Pinnock advancing to the final. As a matter of fact, I don't see any Jamaicans making the finals because I don't think Tajay Gale is fit. He's going to go out there and try again like he did at the Olympics. I wish he would just sit out because that was, I know you want to show heart and pride and all that kind of stuff, but don't make it any worse, right? So I think Tajay should just sit out and just watch the championships and enjoy the sunshine in Oregon. And Mr. Pinnock, I just don't think that he'll make it to the finals.
Kems, I have a question for you. How highly do you rate the NCAA?
How highly?
Yes.
Where you want me to rate it? On a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5, right. How highly do you rate an NCAA champion?
It depends on the event.
Okay.
It depends on the event. Then I look how much of those persons are going pro, how much of those pros are going to compete in that field, in that pool. So for example, let me give you an example. So Abby Steiner, right? Remember, she lived there, she ran 21.77, coming now into pros, right? And that was the fastest time in the world at one point. So I know that Abby Steiner can compete with the pros at the highest level. I know that Abby Steiner can make it to the finals. I know that Abby Steiner can grab a medal because why? She had the world's fastest time at one point before Sherita Jackson. Now she has the second fastest time in the world. Not in the United States, not in the NCAAs, in the world. So as a result of that, I know Abby Steiner is made of that quality.
Okay, good. I got to clarify that. What I'm going to say that is that Pinnock, NCAA champion indoors and out, came at the national trials and just did one jump. His first jump, 88 meters 14. No more for the rest of the series. I'm telling you, if you don't have that young man in the final, Kims, you really start believe say you have sick the USA Kool-Aid. That's all I have to say.
Listen, what I'm saying is that when you tell me that he come to the Jamaican trials and only have one jump, I am now concerned about the Jamaican trials because that means it is not competitive enough. It's just not. I think you think a shake up Akil, but yeah, I think it's not. I think it's just not competitive enough. And I'm not saying the guy is not a great jumper because I've watched him jump at Kingston College for years, and I've watched a competitive fervor that he does possess. But I'm saying in this particular World Championships, I just don't think he'll make the finals. I don't think that's a slight against him. I didn't say he's a bad jumper. I didn't say he's not good. I think he's good, and I think he eventually will be great. But I just don't think it's his time now.
Another thing as well is that since you're talking about competition, he would have made the USA team.
Okay.
With that jump.
Okay, well, let him make the finals tomorrow, and then we can talk about that. Because we'll be on air tomorrow as well. So after I make the finals, then we'll talk about it. But I just, the host asked for my opinion, so I just gave him my humble opinion. How about you, Odian? You mute, my boss.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm saying I think when Pinnock has the talent to get into the finals, I don't think it will be easy though. I think it will be difficult for him to get into
Requires
the
a
finals.
PB in it, right?
Yes, there you go. I think he will have to do a PB to get in, and he probably will just advance, just like I said, maybe making the top 12. So I don't think it's a stretch to get in, but I don't think also I'll be extremely disappointed if he doesn't make it. It's really on the cuffs on the bubble right now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Odian. I am saying, let's say if Wayne Pinnock finished 14, I'm still proud of him. 15, 13, whatever, I'm still proud of him. He has a lot of years ahead of him. But I just don't think at this current juncture that he's in the 12 right now.
Fair assessment.
Fair enough.
I'd love for him to actually do it, and my thing is that, and I think you actually agree with it, Kims. It's not just about making finals that an athlete can take plaudits for. You go to the championship, and if you come out with a PB, basically nothing never really expected of you. You never really expect to get a medal, but come out with a PB and you can take whatever credit you want to take.
Yeah.
You did yourself good.
Absolutely.
And as you pointed out with Wayne Pinnock, the key thing about it is that he's still pretty young. So the experience that he'll actually gain from here can only do wonders for him going forward.
Yep. Listen, it will do me no pleasure to come here tomorrow and say I told you so. It will do me no pleasure to do so. I mean, I will come and do it, but it will do me no pleasure. If LeVon said, "Boy, Kims, you were wrong. Ha ha ha, Wayne Pinnock made the final." I'm humbled and I'm happy for him, but I just don't see it at this current moment.
And here's Sean Bart saying that I don't think he has to PB to make it. Some of the athletes probably will make it in around 7.9, 8.0.
Okay.
Fair.
Some person may just also underperform.
All right. Next event I'm going to look at is the 1500 meter for women, and we have the sole Jamaican competitor in Adele Tracy. The is the first 6 of each heat that will actually make it in, and then plus the 6 fastest time. So look at this heat, and there's 3 heats. So look at this one. Odian, do you think that Adele will actually make it through?
Scroll up. What's the requirement in terms of the top?
The first 6 in each heat, and then the 6 fastest times after.
Okay, it's 3 heats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, she must can make it to the next round.
It's gonna go.
I'm giving her a chance to make it to the next round based on what
Yeah,
I'm looking at right here.
Yeah, she
yeah.
ran up.
She
She
will
ran up.
advance based on the number of non-automatic qualifiers.
Yeah, I'm giving her a chance to make it through.
She
Yeah, there's a lot
based
of
on
non-automatic qualifiers.
the fact that she ran a personal best this year as well, tell me that she's rounding down her time. As the audience said, the fact that it's 6 persons qualify from the race, and then out of all of the heats, the other 6 fastest times, I must can give her a qualification in there somewhere. She must can sneak herself in there, moving on to the next round. So, I'm giving her an opportunity to go on to the next round. So she gets a ticket onto the next round. You go. She's the only she and Mrs. Dad is the only ones I have moving, and oh yeah, she and Mrs. Dad, because not the mile relay team, not the mixed relay team, but she and Miss Dad is the only persons I have moving on to tomorrow to the next round
I feel
tomorrow.
like I'm in a wild mood. I think Adele will run between 357 to 356 before this championship ends. I'm seeing
Remember
it.
them? Remember the mad puss piss thing the way you put up the other day?
Yeah, well, I may drink it.
Yeah, drink it, man. I don't see that. I
Why
don't see.
not?
But hey, you know what, Levon? I heard that Oregon track is fast, and
Exactly.
I heard that the spikes that these athletes are running is taking time off the clock. So with
Uh-huh.
all those new technologies and stuff, you might be right. I might see a 356 for sure.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But from,
Huh?
you might say achieve, but from.
Listen, this this she run 4:02:55. The fastest I'm giving her to go in these championships is not sub 4 minutes. Probably
It's 400
401 or 400 something.
point.
Yeah.
Adesso me have right too. 400 something.
All right, gentlemen. Let me just look through the rest of tomorrow and see if there's any other thing. Well,
Yes, man, there's something very interesting, boss. You act like say you don't want to touch it. I mean, obviously we don't have the start list, but we have
Yeah.
to we have to we have to touch it. The men's 100 meter. There's no start list now because the preliminaries haven't run as yet. But
Yeah.
this is it. This is it, guys. Um, do you have all three? You have all three guys moving on to the semifinals, Odian?
Yeah, man, definitely. Easily. I think from the prelims, 14 person will advance to join. I think the next 42 to get it to 56. Yeah, well, I don't think none of those will be able to get into the semifinals. I see the Jamaican top 24. Yeah, man, definitely.
Okay. Um, I'm kind of concerned about Akeem Blake, and this is why, Odian. And you can tell me, you can be honest with me and tell me
All
if I'm picking at straws and stuff, right? But the other day I see they put up a video and this guy taking an ice bath, right? This guy taking an ice bath, and he was a bit scared to go in the ice bath water and stuff like that. And he doesn't want to do it. Why does he need to do it? And so I think I'm kind of worried about and I've often spoke about it, and so has Adrian. I'm worried about his mentality. I'm worried about his what is his mind really focused on. And you guys might think I'm picking at straws, but in the 100 meters, you must be focused. You must be focused. You must be ready. You must be prepared. And I'm not sure if Mr. Akeem Blake. I think he's young, obviously. So he's going in there with free money, similar to Oblique Civil last year at the Olympics. He just go out there and he just run, right? And I've often said that in order for an Akeem Blake to do well, he has to have a bit of luck as well. You have to be lucky. You get an easy heats, then you get an easy semi-finals, and then you find yourself in the finals, and then any card can play, going into the finals. So I'm really worried about Akeem Blake. Where Johan Blake is concerned.
You see them saying that it's crazy. I had the same reaction that I seemed new to him.
Like as a sprinter boss, as a 100-meter sprinter, like Ice Bath is something where happen religiously. You understand me?
You asked me earlier if I see the 3 Jamaicans moving on. I hope you mean from the Heat semis.
Yeah, from the Heat to the semis. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Only okay. Because I only have 2 making the finals.
No, man. Remember, we are doing it day by day.
Yeah, but because he went all the way to say that when it comes to if him lucky, him get to the finals.
And guess what? I'm glad that you mentioned it. Glad that we went here because it just clicked in my head. So Mr. Omaniala finally got his visa.
I was just about to talk about that too.
And he'll be there 3 hours before the event actually starts. Rough.
Right. Omaniala would be fine.
And remember, it will be interesting. So after the Heats, we will have an idea now as to how the semi-final will actually line up as well. So,
well, what I'll say with him, he has the best of both worlds. If he doesn't qualify past the Heats, or the traveling, jet lag, I got my visa late, he has the biggest excuse in the world. And let's be honest, he has the biggest excuse in the world. Should he make it to the semifinals now? Oh, wow. Can you believe what this guy did? He arrived 3 hours before, barely get time to warm up and make it to the semifinals. And then if he loses in the finals now, hey, if he had more time to prepare. So he has the best of both worlds right now. But I'll say this. And yesterday we had a conversation about it. And, one of the reasons I see that was pointed out, Odian, was that the reason why it took so long for his visa thing to be sorted out was this man wanted to bring his whole family to Eugene, Mass. And I keep on telling people.
So that was it?
Yeah, that was it. He wanted to bring his whole family over there to Eugene. And that's not.
Maybe he's confident about winning the gold medal.
Yeah. Because I thought he said that a gold medal already put on for him. I'm paraphrasing. He said a gold medal already put on for him. They're just competing for silver and bronze. That was before all these visa issues. I don't know what his mentality is like now. But that 9.77 where him run remind me of that guy that had gotten banned and then him come back and him run fast and then him get banned again.
That's Steve Mullins?
No, man. It's a guy who used to run for Jamaica and then him switch. I think an African guy, and he ran it last year, man. He ran 9 point low.
Francis Allen, the guy from Switzerland.
Yes, him. Yes, him. And when
Alex Wilson.
Yes, him. And when he got caught, all of a sudden him turned a Jamaican-born person again. But when he was running those times, he was always a Swiss.
But Kems, once again, you said that you're the objective person on the show. And my problem is that Akeem Blake, in comparison to Oblique, has actually run in the US more frequently. I run outside of Jamaica more frequently than Oblique Civil, which means that he would have had a better experience against top class competition. He'd have raced against Brownman, he'd have raced against Coleman, and he would have raced against Marvin Bracey. So why is it that you have that? Why is it that you're worried about him again? I don't get it.
Maybe from an injured perspective, it's 100% because of what
I'm worried about his mental space. That's what I'm worried about.
No, but if you're gonna worry about his mental space, then the same thing has to be for Oblique.
Oh, so what did you think I say about oblique? Remember, I do have oblique medaling, you know. I said the
It's
same
not a
thing.
matter. It's not a matter of oblique medaling, yes or no.
But I said the same thing about oblique. I said the same exact
Oh,
thing.
so that means oblique not making the finals then?
No, you make the final because he's a better athlete than Akeem Blake. He's much better than Akeem Blake.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that Akeem has the experience of racing against top quality competition and performing well against them. So I still don't get the
Boss,
who you're worried about
listen,
it.
listen, Akeem. Again, you pay attention to some little things that I don't think matter. The man run couple Diamond League race against one Diamond League race against Christian Coleman, and then he run another race where
It wasn't a Diamond League race.
I think he got disqualified in that race or something like that, where he had run a personal best, but them disqualify him because of some reason. But I don't think if I'm comparing Oblique Civil and Akeem Blake, I'm not using who compete overseas to determine who is better. I just think Oblique is a far superior athlete to Akeem Blake. Like, I'm not even going to have that argument with you. I'm not going down that road.
I'm not. My argument is not about superiority, Kens. I'm just highlighting the fact that you are worried about somebody who you're worried about somebody who has experience competing, not even experience competing well against the so-called medal contenders in their own backyard. I don't get it.
Yes, because I saw Akeem Blake, both Akeem Blake and Oblique Civil falter in that 100 meter at the national trials, in that finals. I saw them run a crazy race just because the rest of the field never good. But I saw them run a race totally against the race plan, lose it mentally, couldn't remain focused, couldn't remain steady in the race. That's what I saw. So I'm saying going up now against the big guns, going when everything is on the line, all chips are on the table. I just don't trust them. I don't trust Akeem Blake. I don't trust Oblique Civil. That's just me. I think mentally they need to get a little bit stronger. Over time, they probably will.
Who's the highest place Jamaican you have?
Huh?
Who's the highest place Jamaican you have?
The highest place? Funny enough, Oblique just ahead of Johan Blake in that final. I have Oblique fifth and Johan Blake sixth.
Okay.
Yep.
I think all three of them will be fine. Regarding the finals now, I'd have to see the heats to determine if all three of them are going to be in the final.
See, hey, people, see that? If Akeem Blake afraid of ice, put up another one them about. If Akeem Blake afraid of ice bar, his head is not ready as a serious 100-meter man. I've said it.
And just to clarify, I'm not saying that Akeem is a better athlete than Oblique. All I'm saying is that I'm just highlighting the fact that Kems have concerns about Akeem Blake when this man has been running more when this man has been running more in the circuit than Oblique. I just don't understand the concern.
So you running in the circuit. What does that prove? Okay, let me ask you.
He's running in the circuit and he's competing well against the so-called big boys that you're talking about.
Oh, well, you run a one-off again.
He's not a one-off. He raced Trevor Bromell at the Puerto Rican Classics, and he looked very good, although Trevor Bromell beat him.
Okay.
He raced at the American Classics, and we know all that go already. In false start, or in that race get disqualified. But the fact remains is that he ran 9.92. And then he raced against Christian Coleman, who is a defending world champion. Yes, he lost the race, but at the same time as well, he gave off a good showing.
All right.
All I'm saying is that
and you are saying that compared to his mental stability, what does this have to do with his mental stability? That's what I want.
In terms of his mental stability, it shows that he is mentally stable enough to compete against the big boys.
And what happened at the national trials?
What happened at the national trials?
Why did his race plan not go? Why did his semifinals and his finals not go? I mean, obviously he made the team, but his race plan didn't go according to plan. Why?
Because why his race plan didn't go to plan? His race plan didn't go exactly to plan. Simple. It doesn't have to be like inexperienced. It doesn't have to only be inexperienced. It could be a lot of variables that could have caused that.
So Kems, now a question for you, Kems.
Yeah.
So it's almost ease up Brianna because she's 20 and all of that, right? So how is it that you're not being lenient with Akeem, knowing that he's also 20 and just ran 9.93? Why aren't you being lenient?
I say, why am I not? Well, I'm not. Listen, I'm not being hard on the kid. I'm saying that I just don't think right now his mental space is where it needs to be for him to be a competitor in that 100 meters. That's what I'm saying. And just like what I said about Wayne Pinnock and the other guys, Akeem Blake will be here to stay. His time will come. He'll continue to mature and he'll continue to get better. But I just don't think no. I think right now, I think he making the semifinals. I think that is probably the ceiling for him. If he makes the finals, then I know that he's happy and he have exceeded expectations. But right now, the ceiling for him is the semifinals. The ceiling for
I
the
can't
other
wait
two.
to see this.
Hold on, I'm not listening to you.
You say what one? What you say, Odion?
No, I say I can't wait to see the draw of the semifinals.
Yep.
But you
Yeah.
never know.
But here's Bear87 saying that Akeem is 20, he will get experience for the future. I hope he gets another PB and make it through to the final. Civil 21 also young but an Olympian with 100 meter semi experience. Um
Yep. I noticed. I
yes,
noticed Akil deliberately. I
here's
know. I know.
true.
I know Akil deliberately didn't mention that Oblique have that Olympic experience, which is much more better than any
No,
experience
no,
Akil
no, 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 no,
have.
no, no.
That's what.
I'm just highlighting. I'm just highlighting the fact that you made a statement that no makes sense
Okay, that's fine.
regarding Akeem Blake.
If I say that if I say I don't think somebody mental space is good enough for the 100 meter, you can't quantify it for me. That is
Based
just what
on
I say.
not based on what the evidence that you gave, Kims, it
I,
not sufficient.
I saw, okay, I saw a heat that he ran, and he ran very well. And then when he had tough competition in the semis and the finals, his race went away. That's what I saw. Mental space not good enough. I was a 100-meter sprinter, probably not at the same level as these guys, but I was a 100-meter sprinter with a really good coach. I know when something race plan don't go whatever. I know what it is. It's more mental than anything else. So if I say I don't think his mental capacity is good, then that's my opinion. You telling me him run against Bramwell and Coleman and give a good account of himself, that don't tell me anything about his mental space. I am saying in the national trials, when the brights were light, when competition come and people run up beside him, his race went away.
But he made the
Alright,
team, right?
so let me run through a few of these comments because I don't want to leave out the commenters. I remember people. Ensure that you like the video, ensure that you hit the subscription button, ensure that you do all the good stuff. And remember, guys, as well, ensure that you click on the link that is pinned in the comment section to Taste channel. Let us give her some support, man, because she has been one of our main commenters ever since we started talking about track and field. So go over there and show her some love. She posted a video earlier on today, I believe. So you guys can go over there and hit the subscription button and also turn on the notification bell as well so you can be notified whenever she posts a video. And soon and very soon, you'll probably see her on some live, hopefully. But yeah, Sean Barrett said that Akeem defeated Marvin Bracy, who made the US team.
Hold on 1 second. Marvin Gracie, to make that US team, he ran 9.85. So let us not only talk about how he beat him. He ran 9.85 to make that US team.
Yes, Winston Willock saying that Akeem beat Bracy in the Coleman race. Here's Giga saying that Civil and Akeem had poor races in the Jamaican trials.
I agree. I think Akeem was left in the blocks as well. And I think he ran back brilliantly, to be honest.
Nerminus.
Yes, Christine saying that Akeem Blake in the final was not at his best. Remember, we thought he got injured.
What is it?
Here's Dushan Mighty saying that a person being afraid of heights doesn't determine if he's serious or not.
Listen, hold on the level. My thing is, Chris Lynch, like, I believe it's full time now. We have to take some accountability as athletes.
Shabert said that Kevs is just talking pure rubbish. It seems like always has to bash someone to be comfortable.
I'm very comfortable, Mr. Barry, whether I bash somebody or not. I'm not bashing, but as I say.
And Cool Case are saying that DeGrasse and Jacobs not fully fit. All three Jamaicans making the final won't be a surprise.
I don't think so.
I
I think
fully,
Americans will be
even a not fully fit Jacobs making that final over Akeem Blake. I'm sorry. And this is just me being honest. But Akil thinks otherwise. Akil probably think it's going to be 1, 2, 3 Jamaica. So,
Okay.
you know, but back to what Sean Barrett says. So Sean Barrett, let me just correct you, boss. Marvin Bracey, he ran 9.85. That is a time that Akeem Blake can dream about running. He ran 9.85 in the US trials to go ahead and make that team.
Okay.
James, I disagree that the man can only dream about it.
Remember, has he ever run it before?
No, but I can't say he
Okay.
can only dream about it.
Yeah, at this point he can dream about it. When it happens, then we can talk. But at this time, it's a dream.
Okay, sir.
Guys, is it possible that Fred Curley may have peaked at the US trials?
And then even if he peaked, I think he will be able to sustain that peak because it's not too long ago.
I think you have to wait until the first round to see how Fred Curley looks. As I said before, these are athletes, these are professionals. I don't think Fred Curley, someone who who believes he could break, or not. I mean, I would say he believes, but other persons believe that he could break Usain Bolt's world record. I'm not, I'm not gonna say that I think he definitely would have known that he would have prepared himself to peak for the Oregon Championships. So I want to see how the first round goes.
Yes, Kelly.
Right now, other than the fact that, go ahead, Levon.
Shoot, man.
No, I said other than the fact that Fred Curley has run 9.76 already, I think of the 4 Americans, he's the strongest right now in terms of his frame of mind. Of the 4, I think he's the one that I think will have the highest position. I think he actually will even win. And when you look at Bracey and Brummel, those 2 for me will be like the 2 chokers of the lot. Not saying that I'm changing my prediction, but I'm just saying that Fred Curley, I think last year nobody expected him to finish second or to be the top American in that 100-meter final. So I believe Fred Curley is going to turn up and perform well.
Okay, so I hear all you guys have to say, but I'm not going to change my prediction, and I'm going to stick with Oblique Civil to bring home that gold.
Same.
But
it's so funny. Levon, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If Oblique Civil had run 9.76 and have the world lead, if you ran 9.76 at the national trials and had the world lead up to today, would you pick somebody else to beat him?
Yes, if that person was trained by Glenn Mills and Glenn Mills come and tell us that this athlete is in the frame of running 9.6.
Precisely.
Right now, I'm frightened for Stephen Francis more than Glenn Mills.
That's you. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
I just think Glenn Mills, as great as he is as a coach, I think he coach talents.
No Glenn Mills bashing on the show tonight. None whatsoever.
I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying I would be more scared of a Stephen Francis any day than a Glenn Mills.
I am scared of a Stephen Francis. I'm scared of a Glenn Mills when they tell me things.
Until a coach can claim that he has coached a clean sweep, then leave Glenn Mills leave Glenn Mills alone. Because Glenn Mills coach a clean sweep.
Tell him Akil say leave Glenn Mills out there.
Hold the hell on. So you're going to tell me that if somebody coach a clean sweep, then at that point in time, they are removed from all criticisms, all critiquing, everything, just because they coach a clean sweep?
We're not saying that he's.
So what you're talking about leave Glenn Mills out?
No. What I'm trying to say is that if Glenn Mills says something, it's not a case where OM just says something in the air. Glenn Mills is somebody where talk much.
All right, so then let me ask you, Akeem. If Oblique Civil don't even run 9.7 at these championships, then what happen after that? Are we going to say, okay, next year?
No, but Kims, the thing in the Kims, it's just us as fans that are wilding because the man says that he can run 9.6, but he never gave any date. He didn't.
No, but look,
It's fans that are pushing the narrative, you know.
Boss,
but Levon,
if
look
the
on
man
it.
say,
Oh, so
Why
anybody
would-
could just be considering because I run 9.6. We can run 9.6, but we're not going to win.
Oh,
yeah,
you?
No, but
That
why
will
would
never happen. And I
no,
think
but
he can run 11 seconds right now, much less. I'm telling you then.
You're crazy.
But why would a legendary coach like I'm not Steve Francis, Glenn Mills make a statement like that and not prepare his athlete to run it when it matters the most? Because Oblique is not running at the Commonwealth Games, you know, according to the list.
okay. All right, so I'm asking you, Akil, should the time come because listen, if Oblique run 9.6, him win. He has won the 100. Listen, I'll give him the gold medal right now. If Oblique Civil run 9 point, same thing what I said about Kemba. I said if Kemba Nelson run 10.8, she will make the 100-meter team. So I'm telling you, if Oblique Civil run 9.6, I'll give him the gold medal tonight. Him no need nothing. I'll give it to him tonight. But the
Okay.
thing is, I don't think that he'll do it. I just don't think that he'll do it. I think his peak right now is I think the fastest he'll run is 9.80. That's the fastest. That's what I think. That's the fastest. I think
I'm
that
not
he'll
care
do.
how fast you are,
Bro,
but we have been
I've been begging you. From last week I've been begging you. Please bet me.
What are we betting?
You said that he won't run 9 point. You said the fastest he'll go is 9.80. I'm saying he'll go faster.
Fast or you have to give me a time. You can't just faster. Faster is if you run
No. And
9.79.
if you run 9.7 and you say he won't go faster than 9.80, that's what you just said. Don't give me that,
It's
bro.
a reasonable deal because as long as it doesn't go below that, even if you run 981, he have to pay you. So
Yeah.
you have to get 979 or faster.
Come on, man. Nobody have run it from the bet. Not because me win a one bet from me already. Nobody have run it from it.
My money is good in the bank account, boss. Not in yours, in mine. It's good in mine. But listen,
Bro, you talk
all
so
right,
strong.
all right.
That's why I said it, man. Come on, man.
Let's bet this. I bet you that Oblique Civil won't medal at the World Championships.
I can
Individual.
bet you on that, but here what? You have to bet me on what you just said first. You think you're smart, don't you?
All
Think you're a
right.
good negotiator.
But Kems, you believe that the race is going to be so fast that you have him 6 and free to make a bet that he won't go faster than 9.7?
Yo, I
Am I
hear
going to
that
run 6 man?
I hear that the Oregon track is fast and the
Oh, so you're afraid
spikes
of it.
and the
Man,
spikes
you
make the
you
athletes.
talk strong. I'm gonna say man
Hey,
run below 9.80. So why you back
listen,
out?
boss. The Oregon track is fast. Anything can happen. I don't
I
know.
have him
I'm not.
third, you know. I'm not. I
All
have
right,
him third.
so here what? If you take out the bet that I gave you, then I'll take out the bet that you just gave.
That you won't win.
You never said win. You said you won medal.
All right. So this is it. I bet you $100
Uh-huh.
that you won't go under 9.80. 100 US, right?
Uh-huh.
And I bet
I'm
you,
right, yeah.
and I bet you 200 US that you
All you
won't
sick in
medal.
your mental, so you want to bet me cheaper. Oh, you man. Let's move on here, man. I think you're smart, don't?
But yeah, listen. So my last thing on the 100 for tomorrow, boss, is I think all guys will move on to the semifinals, and then we will talk about the semifinals after that because we'll have the start list.
Here with Curly.
But also yesterday again we were talking about US visas. Chad Wright has gotten his US visa and is on his way to Oregon as we speak. Again,
Did the state as to why it was held up? Because I keep on hearing documentation, this documentation, that, but they're not specifying as well. Just like Omani aware that it was because he wanted to bring his family. So
Kenyan man wanted to bring his whole family, auntie, grandma, uncle, cousin, third cousin, fifth cousin, everybody bring.
yeah, man, because one is going to be the champion.
Yeah.
But on Chad Wright, again, all I've heard is documentation issues. I don't know what documents, but again, as I've told you guys before, if you have all your ducks in a row, if you have all your documents in a row, if you have everything in line, the US will say, athlete, come on in. If you don't have your documents in a row, don't look for a blight. Don't look for a pass. Don't say, oh, I'm going to Oregon to feed my family. We don't want, USA don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. So now him get him documentation straight, and he's on his way to Oregon as we speak to compete. That is all the United States asks for.
All right, cool case. Is that the truth? So I'm seeing cool case are saying that birth certificate lost.
Documentation issues. With that birth certificate, sure, it can probably be that. I don't know. I don't know the specifics, but I just know it was a documentation issue. You know, you go to the embassy, you need to have all the ducks in a row. Again, as I've said before,
Or chicken them.
as I've said before in the audience, and I tell them, you know, if you want to go to the tax office in Jamaica, you're not going to go during your lunchtime, because you know it will take up all of your lunchtime if you go. You know, you have to dedicate a day to. Same thing with the embassy. You have to dedicate everything to it and ensure you have all the documents, all the paperwork, everything in order. And then you get through. Them now go turn back Chad right because them not want to go compete to Oregon. Come on. But there is a process, there is a due process, and we must adhere to it 100% all the time.
All right, so Kems, since as I'm not willing to take up your bet and your offers, I said German sports gurus cut in the comment section saying that Kems, I want a bet with you. Oblique will win.
Put up that comment. Put up that comment.
So this is the first part of the comment.
Kems, I want a bet with you. Okay, Jermaine. Oblique will win. Okay, Jermaine. How much you want to bet, Jermaine? I can bet you credit. I can bet you money. I like shoes. I like shoes, Jermaine. And I can send you a nice wallaby that I like. And you can just send it to my P.O. box. So let me talk. Respond in the comments, Jermaine. I'm willing to bet anything you want to bet because Oblique winning, it must be crazy. It must be out of here.
I just want to make a point though. It's a good joke. So I can just imagine if Oblique
all right, Jermaine,
Ansel,
bet.
all right. If
Neil.
Oblique
Go ahead, Kathy. Sorry.
Yeah, man. If Oblique, Ansel, and Shelly win their respective events, I have a feeling that they're gonna bring up that meme of Ansel and Oblique pulling on Shelly and Fraser Price wig. I can see it from now.
That's a wig business, eh? But all right, you know what? I invite Fire Art on the show because Fire Art got Kems a lot, you know, and even German sports guru. I invite you guys to come on the show at any point in time during this World Championship.
Especially tomorrow. Tomorrow would be a great time for Fire come on and Jermaine come on because Jermaine, all right, Jermaine, I'm a nice guy, Jermaine. I'm a really, really nice guy. Contrary to popular belief, I'm a nice guy, right? So Jermaine, I will give you an opportunity after the heats. I'll give you an opportunity to withdraw your bet and no harm to you. I won't look at you as a chicken. I won't look at you as anything. You can withdraw your bet after you see the heats and after you see the guns out from the Fred Curleys, the Trayvon Brummels, the Christian Colemans, the Jacobs of the world, all right? So Jermaine, I'll give you until after the heats. You can retract your bet and just take your money and just go one side. Because I'm a really nice guy, Jermaine.
All right, so Jermaine says that we'll be on whenever you guys will facilitate.
Okay, we'll send you the link. We'll send you the link tomorrow.
I'll just post the link in the comments because, yeah, it's easy to do. So Fire.
Outside of the Jamaicans, though, which individual athlete in the 100 meter from men are you guys looking forward to the most in the heat to see how they look? To see if they will probably.
Yesterday, Akil said he's looking forward to seeing Sue.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to see Jacobs.
I want to see how Andre DeGrasse look. I know he's a championship runner, but he just haven't looked well this season. Just haven't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, he just haven't looked up to scuff this. You know, so right now I want to see Andre DeGrasse. I want to see him in the heats. You know, and I want to see you and Blake too. You know, I want to see you and Blake because, you know, that, you know, I'm still thinking about that time that he ran. I'm still thinking about it. It still have me a little bit puzzled. You know, I'm not a 100% believer yet. So I want him to show me something in the heats. Get a little stride out and show me something. Show me a 9.9 something. in the heat. Show me say you're ready. Show me say you're serious, Mr. Blake. You want that is.
I wouldn't, to be honest, I want to say Fred Curley. This man has been hyped up. I don't. Yeah, he has been hyping up himself. Ray has been hyping him up. This man has been hyped up to challenge, possibly break Usain Bolt's world record. Me want to see if him. I want to see how him looking at the heats. Cause I want to see if him go challenge a world record there.
Who hyped him up to break the world record?
Ray Stick.
I don't
But
know.
that was one
Who to break
person.
the record?
Eh?
Who
To
to
break
break?
Fred Curley.
I don't know.
And Fred has been making some tweets saying that he's about to change the game forever, and he must say how him want how much million because he wants to be the highest paid athlete to ever.
He's
So
the fastest man. He's the
Good.
fastest man in the world right now.
No man, that was before all of those things were taking place.
That's about to be taken away come the end of this World Championship.
Because me here in a Kenya when Shelly dropped 10-6, I heard that he was going to drop 9-6 and we know what happened. He ran 9-9 and got his ass whooped. But he has progressed. He has actually progressed really well. He was defeated at Prefontaine, but he has come back at the US Trials and he looked very good. So I'm looking forward to see Fred Curley. If we see Fred Curley cruise to probably like a 980 or a 979 in the heats, then we can that'll be very impressed.
Jamie, all I'm saying, if Fred Curley run 9.79 in the heats, Jamaicans once again will come forth and talk about the Oregon track and how it fast and like a Fred Curley alone run on it.
And what I'll say is that no matter what Fred Curley does, it seems that my voice is even going. But anyways, no matter what Fred Curley does, one Oblique Civil will run faster than him at this championship.
Oblique Civil get a beating from Fred Curley last year. And then he's going to get another beat this year because
Levon, be reminded as well that it is possible for an individual to run faster at the championship, but don't beat you for the gold medal. Because you can run in the semifinal.
No, boss. I'm not talking about just run fast. I'm talking about, as Akil just said, Akil used the term whoop his ass. I'm going to see Oblique Civil whoop Fred Curley's ass in that final.
On his own home soil.
Yes, man. Just like we can tell this much, Karsten Warholm is going to whoop Ray Benjamin and Alison Dos Santos ass.
Yeah, listen to me. Oh, as I talk about that, hold on, Akil. As I talk about that, people, if you guys are gamblers, there's a lot of odds going around for those championships.
$3.50 for Karsten Warholm to win.
You would be a madman to buy Karsten Warholm to win.
What?
Money.
You'll be a madman. You see the
boss. Call me a madman to Melton next week. That's where I'm going for.
And what's the odds on Alison Dos Santos?
Cheap.
I think his odds is $2.
$2.15 thereabouts. Right is the favorite at $1.50, I think.
I'm going to buy Noah Lyles to win the 200. Fred Curley to win the 100.
But here's the thing about it that I don't like. You can't combine them.
Oh, really?
You have to buy them separate. That's why I don't like it. Yeah.
$2.75 for Dos Santos.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a betting person, but for me, like Oblique is gonna pull off a 2008 Chile and all of them. Trust me, that's what I think. Regarding Warholm, look, Warholm is a Usain Bolt caliber athlete. I am telling you, if Warholm is fit and he's at the blocks, I am not betting against him.
Yeah, man, cool Kaiser. Yeah, man.
We're also not betting for him.
You're using.
No, I go on. I could put it up on the screen now, but just right now, just bet now give man a sponsorship in us, so I now give them no free ads.
You're using a caveat. You're using a caveat if he's fit, and that is the excuse that you will use.
Carson Warholm.
Yeah, not a Aki.
All right, Mina say if him fit. Carson
Him fit.
Warholm will win.
Him fit. And he will win. Because I'm saying before, if once Carson Warholm, he's the type of competitor where once him put him name on the sheet, he's not going to lose. He's not going there to lose.
Okay.
And then my thing is that even though Alison Dos Santos is the favorite right now, I just think that the gap between him and Warholm and Benjamin is too far. It was too far from last season. It might gonna make it up, but I don't see him beating either two. I think he's gonna get bronze.
But Kim, zero what as well as I mentioned it. And most of them just bet people think them slick. That's why they don't have the 100 meter.
Because them not have it up yet. I'm obviously who make the final.
But boy, I not like them odds and nice thing.
I took them going at him slick because they want to drop people advent him to the heat.
Alright, but before I go, here what I want to do to some moderators going forward, because I just added a few more moderators. I want you guys to encourage the people on the chat to actually like the video and subscribe to the channel. I need you guys to do it right through so more people can go that do it. Triple C. I think probably around 4 o'clock there about Jamaica time.
4 o'clock.
You're asking what time are you going live tomorrow?
Oh, I'm not 4.
As a matter of fact, I think it'll be probably a little bit later than that. Let's look back at it and see the lineup once again. No, so we'll be going live around 6:30 thereabouts. 6:30, 6:50 thereabouts Jamaica time.
By that time, we should have the start list ready for the 100 meter.
Definitely. But let me just go on this quickly before we close off, because we spoke about it a little bit just now. All right, so you guys are seeing it?
Come up, just bet. Oh gosh, Grant Holloway, $1.50. So
Hold on. Holloway. Remember I'm down to come up. May God just bet.
there is no way.
I thought I make a bet on Allen. Me they got just bet a bet on Allen.
Why you give your money?
And the parchment.
Odian, what I'll say to you, Odian, is that what you need to do, just set up an online just bet account instead of to go into betting shop. It's easy to do. You stay at home and bet at your own free will. That's what I do.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. It's not hard. But I'm taking answer parchment at that $5.
Whoa.
I was just going to say that they have Hansel really. Well, he's third. I get that, but that well.
Yeah,
the gap in terms of
the gap,
the dividend payment.
Yeah, man. Because watch out. All right, let me go a little bit.
That means, in other words, they are saying that Holloway is the overwhelming favorite.
Yeah.
All right, so see that now. I came style betting that in. I came so if you drop 10 grand on it, if you bet on answer to win, you'll be pocketing $50,000.
Those people, just think about it. If you want to give away money, just give it to charity. Do not bet on Hans Parchment to win. Just give it away to charity. Just give it away to charity, because if you are really going to see $5 and run go bet on Hans Parchment, a man who has not run sub 13 since Whoopi killed Philip.
It's fair to say that hit the level of the players that come back tomorrow Saturday. Allen not winning that.
Allen not winning either.
If Allen medal.
Yeah, but it's a good bet because you win.
No, don't throw away your money on Allen to win.
Don't throw away your money, but good bet, boss. No, boss. Grant Holloway. I'm not betting on that race.
So
fire Fire, ensure you come on the show tomorrow. Fire ahead.
Yeah, man, just like our misrepresented the other night, man. One of the guys thought that you were actually a male. They clarified them and tell that you're actually a female. So come on the show tomorrow, man.
And guys, place the bet before the heats because the odds changes as
Yeah,
the rounds go
the
along.
job as the city heats and all of that. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
best that you place a bit before all of that.
So you have Grant Holloway who will probably run a very fast 60 and then get stuck on the hurdles to beat Hansel. Okay.
It's a killing load for that. And what you want to understand about the betting? Because we educate over here as well, you know. It's not just football that we tell people about betting.
Oblique at 28 to 1.
Big odds.
Brittany at 16 to 1. Value bets. Jermaine, you already got owe me $100. You want to give your own too?
But Brittany odds is not bad at all, considering that the hurdles is very close. Or 16 to 1.
But another thing that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow is the 3,000 meter steeplechase. I mean, you guys don't have to talk about it, but I'm really looking forward to see what
They have the odds on the female 100 meters?
1,500 meters for what?
No, the female 100. They have the odds out for that?
No. Not yet.
It's only the 200.
Yeah, but Kems, sorry, not Kems, Levon, you remember the conversation that we were having last night about the teams championships? In the men's 3,000 meters, it's going to be very exciting because Morocco. There's a guy from Morocco.
What's his name?
Don't remember his name. I can't bother.
Sofian El Bakali.
Yeah, man.
And Grandma from Ethiopia.
From Ethiopia. I think that the distance events, yeah, man. Distance events, like you have contenders from multiple countries, and because of that, I think like when it comes down to the point standings, I think Jamaica will be in a good standing.
So guess what, Akil? There are two particular athletes that I love that are from down that side, you know, from the Scandinavian side. So I love Karsten Warholm and I love Jakob Ingebrigtsen. I love both those athletes. But you know what? We're not going to stay here any longer. So let's just wrap it up. So a minute each from each of you guys, and then 30 seconds to a minute, whatever you guys choose. Starting with the man that seems like he wants to go to his bed. Kem, start.
Man, finally it's here. People, definitely want to thank you, for showing us, the overwhelming support. Thank you for the love. Trust me, it's greatly appreciated. You guys don't know. As much as you guys beat me, I love you all. Right? Fire, head, our heart. All you people, all you to Rico. Love you too, Rico. Right? But, listen. The championships is upon us. We're going to be here covering it every single day, every single night, and then we'll talk about it after, right? This is the time where, on a real level, we want our Jamaicans to do well, right? We want our Jamaicans to go out there and just participate at their highest level. Whatever it is, we're definitely proud of them. Obviously, we're expecting some exceptional performances from the fastest woman alive, right? She's now signed with Puma. You see Puma unveil a new spikes here. We never seen the spikes there yet. So, she's saying there's great things to come. And I just paraphrase really quickly something that she said. The world record has been standing for a very long time. I thought it was the right time to make this move to Puma. I believe I have a lot more left in me. And I'm going for this world record, and this world record will go from the great Elaine Thompson,
Sandra Lee Thompson.
Voice. That's it for me.
All right. Have a wonderful night, fam. All right. Odian, go ahead.
Yes. I want to thank you, Levon, for inviting me on your show, and also want to thank your wonderful viewers and for those who participate in the show, interacting with us through the comments. Also, would like to thank my fellow panelists, Kems, Akil. Adrian and the others are not here, but the World Championship is upon us in earnest, and I'm looking forward to having some more meaningful discussions with you guys, and also sharing in the moment, when Jamaica step out on the track and do
Facts.
well, perform beyond expectations.
All right, say no more, boss. Akil, go ahead as the closer.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks again for inviting me on the show. I'm really happy that Chad Wright got his visa situation sorted out. I'm really happy for him, and I just hope that he's able to, travel safely and just give up his best. I'm really happy the World Championship has started. I've been saying it here on Sports Frenzy that I believe that this world championships is going to be something special, and I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks to Halftime TV who came on earlier. Thanks to Kems. Thanks to Hody. And thanks to Akil as well. And big up to all of you, the commenters. And as Barry is saying, people can lose money betting with Kems, but not with hitting the like button. That is facts, fam. And Kelly, I think it's actually 5:50 Jamaica time tomorrow. The 100-meter heats will actually start. So yeah, it's about that time. All I'll say to you guys is that continue liking, continue sharing, continue doing all the good stuff, and help us grow. Our aim is to reach 2K subs by the end of this World Championship. So come on, guys, let's get it there. Ensure that you share the video to wherever you can share it. Ensure that you get everybody on the stream to actually subscribe, and even those that haven't subscribed as yet, get your family members to actually subscribe to the channel. So it was a pleasure being here with you guys. Thanks to the man behind the scenes, Josh Carlo, makes it possible. And forget. Tay never came on in terms of in person, but on the screen, but she was on the phone talking. So big up to Tay as well. Remember, guys, ensure that you hit the subscription button for Tay channel as well. That is pinned at the top of the comment section. Bless up to everybody. Have a peaceful one. See you all tomorrow. Bless.